If you're a person, you've probably watched television, and you've probably seen a commercial. And you've probably seen a commercial for a perfume, and you probably asked yourself, what the hell was that? So today I'm going to be looking at some perfume commercials, make a few jokes about them, and maybe we'll finally get to the bottom of why perfume commercials are so weird. I did mute most to all of the ads because most of them it's just music in the background, and I don't want to get copyright claimed and have my video taken down. So I'm gonna leave in the audio for any time it's like they say something, but for the most part it's just gonna be, I'm sorry, it's just gonna be quiet. Also, please ignore the fact that I'm currently bleeding. I must have cut myself while shaving. The first one we're going to be looking at is for a perfume called The Girl, and the commercial is actually starring Gigi Hadid. I don't know who that is, but she's in The Girl. What are we looking at, fellas? She... She's safe? Is she alright? Why are you guys just staring at her? Go get a ladder. Call the fire department. Stop looking at her underwear and do something to help. There's this part here where Gigi Hadid just shoves this guy into the ocean for no good reason. All of these other sailors were looking at her in like the same way. She just decides, you know what, this one? Yeah! This is definitely one of the more normal commercials. It's just a bunch of sailors staring at Gigi Hadid because she smells good, I guess. So if you buy the perfume, you'll also get stared at by all the sailor boys down at the docks. This next one is for Miss Dwar, and it's actually starring Natalie Portman. I do know who that is, and it's also probably one of the more normal ones.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I love you! Prove it! Gonna swim from the chandelier.
He says he loves her, and she's just like, prove it, and she just starts chasing her down the beach, like, come here, I love you!
And you? What would you do for love?
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Yeah, you get it, because it's Natalie Portman. Next ad. Why do so many of these ads show near sex? Like it's naked woman, naked man, and their bodies are very close, because one of them smells just too damn good. This next one is actually for One Direction's perfume called Our Moment, and this is actually an example of a good perfume commercial. It's they're smelling all these things. This seems to be like the development of their perfume. They're smelling all these different things, like, what should we make our perfume smell like? Well, let's smell some things and make them smell like those nice things that we like the smell of. It really feels like the commercial is about the perfume. It's about this perfume that they made and not, look, it's two naked people and they're slamming their bodies together in implied intercourse. Look at them. And if you smell like they do, you'd have implied intercourse too. I feel like now is a good time to mention that I watched all of these on my main Google account that I use from like watching YouTube and on my phone. So now Google keeps trying to sell me women's perfume. So that's great. This is for one called Good Girl, and this is where we're starting to move into the weirder commercial category. I started off with some more normal ones, but this is where it starts to pick up the pace a bit. After the car accident, the person in the car who I think was driving it was like, wow, that lady is pretty good looking. But what does that have to do with the perfume? They couldn't smell her from inside the car. Is the perfume doing this? Is the perfume causing all of this stuff to fly everywhere? Tables are crashing down, cars are crashing, chandeliers are falling, all what? Because she wanted to smell nice? Clearly this lady is some sort of out-of-control psychic whose powers have been enhanced by this perfume. Alright, this next one is probably the weirdest one that I could find from my 5 minutes of looking, but it's definitely the strangest perfume commercial I've ever seen. So let's take a look. The power of a god slayer. This man just slaughtered that entire small army of sentient statue people with just the flick of a hand, which means either the strength of the flick caused a shockwave causing all of those marble statue people to shatter, or he did that and shattered them with his mind, which are both equally terrifying. Now, the first time I watched this, I thought when they showed the bottle, that was the end of the ad. That's normally where they end. But there's this little Marvel movie after credits scene. You see, I imagine it's like this. They finished the commercial, but then they were like, oh, we forgot the naked women. We could just add them after. I don't know what this second end card is promoting, but it says, don't miss a bite. I've never heard that before. What does that mean? Don't miss a bite of what? Food? Yes, just enjoying some food. Oh no, I missed a bite. I can't believe this. Oh no, the commercial told me not to. Now that super buff guy's gonna come wave his hand and shatter me like a stone statue person. Oh! You know, that's definitely probably the strangest one. Maybe the description can shed some light on what I just witnessed. De Goed Koopste Online Parfumeer van Nederland. Well, that clears it all up. It all makes perfect sense now. While watching these, I would see like a few comments, and a lot of them are like, God, I wish I lived in this ad. I want to live in this ad. I want to live in this ad's world. What world is this ad in? Is it not Earth? Not that Invictus one, but most of the other ones feel like they're just on regular Earth. Maybe not the one with the psychic lady who was smashing things and throwing businessmen everywhere, but most of them seem like pretty normal Earth stuff, just with people naked and slamming their bodies together because they smell good. The last one we're going to look at, the last two we're going to look at are for Gucci Guilty, which originally, the Gucci Guilty Forever ad actually sparked my interest in making this video because I saw a 5-second version of it and it was absolutely wild. There was colors everywhere, there was a tiger in the laundromat, absolutely crazy. I just thought, man, perfume commercials are weird. I should talk about that. So we're going to take a look at that one right now. So the male person in this ad is actually Jared Leto, and I really hope this ad doesn't give him any ideas for the next time he gets to play the Joker. Ostrich in the grocery store. They brought an ostrich into the grocery store for the employees to clean up. During the pandemic, they're essential and heroes. After the pandemic, it's back to bringing ostriches into the grocery store for the employees to clean up after. Tiger in the laundromat too, huh? I guess this is what they're guilty of, because it's called Gucci guilty. They're guilty of bringing wild animals into public places. Now, I understand the defendants stand accused of bringing wild animals into the grocery store and laundromat. Yes, Your Honor, and do you smell that? Well, it would appear the defendants are wearing Gucci guilty. Gucci guilty? Well, and then in that case, I see no reason to further prolong this trial, and I'm ready to hand down my verdict. So that one was pretty strange, but now imagine that entire minute-long ad condensed into 5 seconds at a rapid speed, and you probably understood why I was so confused and decided to... And I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I decided to make a video about him. So this last one is also for Gucci Guilty. I think it was the original commercial because there's no suffix like Gucci Guilty Forever. And this is called Gucci Guilty Director's Cut, and it's 2.5 minutes long. Dude just chomps directly into her wrist like, I love you. You see, with the other one, I understood what they were guilty of, what they were Gucci guilty of. They were guilty of bringing wild animals into the grocery store and the laundromat that were probably dangerous. But with this one, I don't really understand. It just seems to be a relationship between, like, one guy and 2 girls. Is he cheating on them? Is he like, it's like, oh, he's sleeping with both the girls at the same time. He's Gucci guilty of cheating on his girlfriends? But, like, and it's like, oh, look, they're all having implied sex at the same time. Except it makes me think, like, is this a polygamous relationship? Is this a relationship between the 3 of them? I don't understand. What are they guilty? Who's guilty? And what are they guilty of? I think after watching all of those videos, I understand why perfume commercials are so weird. It's a contest between all of the makers of perfume commercials to make the weirdest commercial they can, because what else are you going to make out of a perfume commercial? You can't convey what it smells like by a commercial, a video. So that's why they have a little contest to see who can make the weirdest one they can, and their outlet of this is perfume commercials. And my proof to back it up, think about it. Why was the Invictus bottle shaped like a trophy? Because they won the contest. But in all seriousness, there's really is no way to convey how a perfume smells through a commercial, so they just make the weirdest commercial they probably can with sex and stuff. They make like, oh, look, people are attracted to them because they smell good because they're wearing our perfume. And they try to make a commercial like extravagant and because people will remember it that way. So yeah, I just wanted to look at some commercials, maybe make some fun of them. I thought it would just be a fun thing to do, and that's it.